Hello, this is Poonam Shukla. You are one for CS028. This is my second crypto assignment, and this is based on security attack and solutions. So first, I'm going to tell you what is security. So security attacks. Security attacks are just like a attack on a theft or damage. Attacker who tries to uh, uh, steal or retrieve the data or damage the hardware or a software or the network and attacking on it, hijacking it, or that information what's not for them, and or misguiding the user to some other site, and modifying the data and sending it to sender, and these kind of stuff. These things are the security attacks, and basically providing the protection of the information system from these kind of attacks is called security. So now I'm going to explain a type of few types of attacks, security attacks. So first I'm going to explain upon backdoor. Backdoor is in a computer system is kind of an algorithm where you have a secret method of bypassing the authentication. So you have a bypassing a normal authentication. So it exists because of poor configuration in a system, or it can use for both method, for good need also, and for attacker they use it to bypassing the authentication so that they directly connect to the system. And eavesdropping is basically it's about listening to a private conversation, means uh, uh, sender and receiver they won't know that somebody else who is not meant to listen that or retrieve that information is retrieving it, and first retrieving it and directing it to receiver. And this private conversation between the between host on a network. So these programmers such as carnivores and all, they are used by FBI and NSA eavesdrop on a system of internet service provider. And the phishing is it's an attempt to acquire the sensitive information as a user, or as a password, credit card detail directly from the user, means and like they'll just give you a so that then they'll temper your credit card number, and then they'll it's a kind of a theft, and then they damage your information, and then and attacker can steal your money and all. And tampering is just a modifying the data, modification of the product, and it's also called an evil made attack. And spoofing, it's in a general a malicious practice in a communication which attacker will send it to a receiver as somebody else, and it will it will say like it's sending from a attacker will send it as a to B, so it's called spoofing. And clickjacking, it's like basically it's also known as UI redress attack. It's like it's a technique where attacker give a user a link or a clickable image or something, something it's like tricking. Attacker tricks a user, and if we'll click on that particular link, so we'll directly, and then it's like after that they can attack on our system, or our network, or the code will be injected on our stack, and that whatever the attacker wants to um, do, they'll do by using that code. And and I'm going to explain you the solutions. For solution we have context aware behavioral analytics, means it's like it's means behavioral analytics to monitor and identify the suspicious behavior transaction, means there's an example for this, like people they got to know about this Sweden 2013 case, like there he achieved that, like downloaded some 1 million files from UZB. That's kind of an unusual behavior. So if it will notice this kind of behavior analytics, this kind of suspicion act is happening, then it will provide a solution. It will uh, uh, tell that these type of breaches happen to your system or network. And next generation breach detection is nothing. It's basically, it's about it's developed technology combination between the machine learning and the machine learning behavior analytical to detect the breaches, okay, to trace them to the detect that breaches and to trace them to the source. It will see how that it will also detect the source, and it will not only provide the defense against it, it will see what the source and how it's what by what vulnerability of the system it's attacking, and because of what, and then it will provide the before even happening that kind of attack, it will provide the solution, and it will protect it from that kind of attack. And the third is VDNS. VDNS, virtual dispersive networking. It's MI attack are cracking traditional encryption technology and targeting immediate nodes. That's basically a splitting of the message, splitting and then sending it to the different router. Um, different router over different protocol. And the weak point of this technology, it's where like where they are meeting, where this packets are meeting. So attacker obviously try to attack on that switch. So what happens over there, it's like to make it secure communication, dispersive has a hidden switch that also are leverage to VDN, and that's make the switch very hard to find. So this was my second cryptography assignment about security tools and attack. Thank you. Security solution attack, sorry. Thank you.